The truth is, you can't really put a dollar sign in front of the cost of being a parent. Because the real cost isn't in terms of money. The real cost is that their pain becomes your pain. You're one person, right? You've got a hard enough life, but now you're adopting all their problems as your own. You would rather get sick than have them be sick. You would rather have your heart broken than watch them get their hearts broken. And yet you have to walk with them through that. And then there's all the questions of how you parent them, how you discipline them, how you handle this problem and this decision. There was a time in our lives, Carrie and me, when both of our kids were struggling in various ways. And by the way, my kids were great. They never got into serious trouble. They never told me they hated me, at least not to my face. And yet it was hard. We were in a particularly hard season. And that's when our tradition started that we maintain to this day of going out to breakfast once a week together. That's our regular, if we don't have any other time together, we got that. And there was this restaurant in Southwest Houston where we'd go and we'd order pancakes and we'd sit there. And every week, it was Fridays back then. Every Friday we'd sit there over our pancakes and we would talk about, well, what are we going to do for Will now? And well, what are we going to do with Kaylee and this thing she's going through? And what's our strategy? And these were heavy things we were dealing with. And our kids were both struggling and it was hard. And so often, in fact, nearly every Friday, my wife would end up in tears. And again, same restaurant every week, same people waiting on us. I like to think that if we ran into one of those people today, they'd recognize us and go, wait, you guys are still married? And I saw you every week. You're a jerk, by the way. Every week you made her cry. And yet, that's nothing compared to the sacrifices that God makes for us as our Father. Because he doesn't just empathize, and he doesn't just provide, and he doesn't just care. He actually took on human flesh and came into our chaos and laid down his life. He was nailed to a cross, our Savior, nailed to a cross just to give us a chance to be his children again, just so we could come home.